In this section, we will talk about how to do an essay problem. The first thing you should always fill out in any template is the header information. This has been covered in a different section of this instructional video. You will see some material here that talks about referring to the Word template authoring documentations, which you can, and has a lot more in-depth information about how to author these different types. The essay question is a relatively simple question that asks for a question, an answer, and a possible rejoinder if one is needed. There are different types of essays that can be requested. The question type will show you how to change these types if you need a different one. The basic type is essay. The essay question type is basically a question with a large text box that will allow a student or user to type in their answer and submit it for manual grading to their instructor. If stylization is needed within the essay, things such as bolding, italicizing, or other such needs in terms of the answering of it, you would want to do an essay CK editor. The essay CK editor type allows the user to have a formalized style box that can change their style as they're using it within the application itself. This is, of course, is not a requirement for most essays, but it could be useful for display purposes. The other main type of essay that we do is called a drop box. To signify this, you would type in the question type of essay drop box. An essay drop box, instead of a interactive place for the user to type in their answer, they would have a button to click that will allow them to select a file, pretty much any file type that you can think of, and that will be submitted to their professor and or instructor for manual grading. The difference here is that you're actually submitting a file instead of typing in your answer. So this is good for longer essays, like page-long essays, or if you are asking them to create an Excel document or a formalized Word file or an Access database that you need to have graded. The good thing is that regardless of what kind of essay you're choosing, the template does not change other than the question type. The first thing that you will fill out in the essay template, other than the question type, is your actual question. So let's do that now. What is your best solution for dispute resolution when two parties cannot come to terms? So this is a pretty simple question. You can see it's only one line. However, the questions really can be as long as you want them to be. They can be a line, a paragraph. They could be multiple pages long if you wanted them to be, but again, that would be a lot of screen real estate. But you should include here any text that you want to display to the user when they are looking at the question, any images that you would want to see. So if you have an image, you could paste it actually right in here. We would ask that if you do have an image that you also provide it to us in high resolution at the exact size you would like it at in a separate zip file as well. But it's good to have it here in the template so we know where in the question it would like to be displayed. Once you've finished putting in all of your question data, whether it's text or image, you can then move down to the next line, which is answer. Since essay is a manually graded type, the answer is only going to be shown to the instructor during their grading of the actual essay question. So often this will be something simple like answers may vary. Again, this will not be displayed to a student user, it will only be displayed to instructors. Some groups will also put in a more detailed answer if there actually is a correct answer to this question. So it could be something like mediation. So maybe mediation is the answer to this question. However, this answer is really just a guidepost for those who are manually grading the question. It does not actually play into the grading itself. Finally, you have the option to do a rejoinder. If you do not need a rejoinder in this, you can always get rid of it and just have the question and answer. However, if you would like some sort of feedback to appear to the user after they have submitted their answer, you will need to fill out this rejoinder topic. So here I could put the best option is often mediation. However, it could be that counseling is a good way to go as well. So when the user submits their answer to this essay question, they can go back to this question and see this feedback that would be displayed on screen for them. Again, this is not a required field. It is optional, but it is something that many groups will want. Finally, you have a metadata section for every question. This metadata section is completely optional. If you choose not to use it, you can completely delete it by cutting it out altogether. However, if you do want to keep the metadata, you would just fill out the items that you would want to have in there. Again, you do not need all of them. If there's only certain ones you're going to fill out, you can delete the ones you're not going to use. This metadata is not right now for CNOW and CXP type of products captured anywhere. It stays in the templates for possible future use on other platforms such as MT4. But if you feel like you would like to capture it, there is a place for it. Once you've filled out or not filled out your metadata, you can go on to your second question and fill out, again, the exact same information that you filled out in the first one. Again, text, images, or hyperlinks in the question section next to the number, an answer that will be displayed to the instructor who is grading, and then a possible rejoinder that will be shown to all users once they've answered the question.